Hello everyone and welcome to a run of Dark Souls. It's gonna be a playthrough. I don't know how the sound is right now, so I hope it's okay. Let's go ahead and make our character. I do like myself a knight. Let's see here. Master key is always fun. Master key is the key to victory. Let's have a very large body since I'm Matthias the Big. Big and large is the same, right? Oh, heck yeah. Okay, let's see. What kind of hair do we want? Do we want bobbed? Bobbed hair looks amazing. I can choose the color of the hair. Hell yes. We should go into deeper customization for the heck of it. Um, no, I'm not gonna do create. See how old can we get this guy? What's the difference? It becomes darker. No, because whiter when he gets older. I see. Hormones, they're gonna be masculine AF boys. Oh wow, he looks evil now. Let's see. Do we want strong features? Yeah, strong features. We got the bobbed here and the silver collar. Some more customization is nice. Let's see how long can we make it nose? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I see. This maybe? Oh, snap. Okay, well, let's keep it like Pierre. It looks slightly more normal. The music is so loud in this game. Maybe it's just me. Okay, I'm gonna put down the sound a little bit on my headset. Let's see. Parts inclination. Right, horizontal spacing. Alright. Okay, forehead. You know what? I think this guy's beautiful. Let's just check his jawline. Can we make it more manly in a way? Oh, there we go. Hell yeah. Look at that stud. Okay. I think that's it for our customization. He's gonna wear a helmet, so what does it really matter? Let's enter our character's name. What should we call him? Let's call him Richard. Yes. And accept. And let's start playing Dark Souls. Don't mind me, I'm just scratching my hair while this is happening. I always imagine these caves as kind of like almost like ants' nests. So long. It's not. I don't get rocks. I get kind of roots in a way. I don't know how to explain it. This was beautiful for me when it came out in 2011. I mean, the game ported very badly to everywhere, really, because the game was. It used to look so beautiful, and then they figured that in order to make it run smoothly, they had to uh, put down the graphics in the actual game. But you can still see kind of how beautiful it would look like in the cutscenes. And by cutscenes, I mean cutscene. It's not gonna be much more than this. Those knights are badass. So easily forgotten. Scratching my neck while this is happening. It's a very long intro for a game with no story at all. And by no story I mean no story in the game. Just by I, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. Kinda like Seath. Scaleless dragon. I really like that concept. Let's see. That is a beautiful city. That's where we're going. Far up there. So we have to restore the fire before the dark takes over. Dark sign. Kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Excuse me. Alright. And that was the intro of the game. This is like a lot of other RPGs, they just show us random items. I believe whenever I talk about stuff, when I play with my friends, the item I'm talking about usually appears for some weird reason. Maybe NSA has something to do with it, maybe not, I don't know. Excuse me, I've gotten a little sick, so I'm just trying not to make too much of a messy sound picture for you guys. That's me. Very shiny armor for hanging out at a dungeon, don't you think? Oh my god, my lips are blue. Jump scare right there. That is my savior. I'm so sad he didn't get more of a story in a way. But his name is Oscar, actually. Alright, so let's play some Dark Souls. Right, skip with camera controls, as normal. RB attack, this is the attack. Strong attack. I prefer not using the strong attack, but each man their own. This is the running in the game. Target lock release. One thing I noticed about Dark Souls is way slower than Dark Souls 3. Obviously, because the game Dark Souls 3 is a way faster paced game. But that's just how it is, I suppose. Rested bonfire, recover HP. What they don't tell you, which you probably figure out if you play this game for the first time, is that when you sit down, all the enemies will respawn. Except for Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 is weird. Alright. Grand Hall. We're going over here. I played this game before. What was I saying again? Oh right, yeah. Dark Souls 3 is a way more fast-paced game. The bosses are faster, so someone might say that the first boss is too difficult. Or not too difficult, but more difficult, anyways, than the first boss in this game. Mainly because you have to move around a little bit more, and that might be a little bit challenging for unfamiliar players, or people who are unfamiliar with the franchise. There we go, there we got our broadsword and our kite shield. These first few enemies are very easy to beat. Not a challenge. Or it shouldn't be. I mean, if you're new to the game, it might be a little challenging, I suppose. Figuring out the controls and stuff. Once you get into it, the game is actually not that hard, despite what people say. But you need to know stuff. That is probably the problem. This guy basically says, I have to ring some bells. And he gives me the key and some Estus, and Estus works as potions, and they will refill whenever you sit down, which is good. And what just happened is that he died. So now we got our 100 souls. Oscar dying. He was worth 100 people, apparently. Now we're worth 160 people. And that's as far as currency goes in this game. Let's see. Let's bait out these guys. Come on. Come on, fight me. As you can also see by the way the arrows move, they kind of home in on you. Which might be surprising. Even though you dodge it, it can still home in and hit you. You gotta take care of that. This is the first semi-hard enemy, just because of the starting weapon doesn't do that much damage on him. But that's fine, as long as you hit him when his shield is down. Then it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so we could either go in the normal way to fight the boss that we just saw, drop from the ceiling, or we can go here and get a fighting advantage. We jump down and stab him in the head. And then we already dished out a ton of damage. This might seem easy for you, but it actually is very hard the first few times. Especially if you don't know that you're not supposed to fight him with your broken sword that you get in the beginning. Smack his butt. That's basically the Dark Souls strategy. Circle around him and smack his butt. I am way too slow for this. I think I'm playing too casually now. That was a failure from my part. Way too early. Even if you do die from this guy, there's no shame in it. This is a relatively hard game, no matter how much you played. What you should always remember to do is watch your stamina, the green bar. If that runs out, then you should probably not be too close to whatever you're fighting. Alright, victory achieved. And this is a door back to where we were, at the courtyard. That stomping sound you hear is basically Asylum Demon number 2. He's the big brother who's right beneath here, or little brother, depending on how you look at it. We are done here, so we might as well continue. I'm not a very good Dark Souls player, so if you come here to watch a pro, then don't. I am simply having a casual playthrough, having fun and stuff. Do you believe there's an item down here? Yeah. Soul of Lost and Dead. If you pick up souls, you can basically pop them, as we call it, which is basically use the item, either from your inventory or this little item bar right down here. And if you use it, then you will get souls. So the reason why those are worth a little bit is because if you die, you will drop all your souls where you died, and if you die again before getting them, then they're gone forever. But the poppable souls, as we call them, will stay in your inventory until you pop them, of course. So that's useful. Here, my friend is saying yo. Oh snap! This giant birdie is gonna carry me over to Firelink Shrine. So that's where we're going. We're going from the Asylum to Lordran. Dark Souls has a very obscure storyline. It's not, they don't really tell you anything except kill more bosses. So that's what we're gonna do. But you can basically find different pieces of story or history, is more correctly, through the things that you find and the people that you meet. Let's sit down and get some HP back, and we can start leveling up. I'm not gonna do that yet. I'll rather save my souls for another day. Right, so that's basically all the story you need to set off on your journey. What a lot of people do is going to these ruins, because there's loot here, which is all well and good. Some open chests over there, which is irritating the fuck out of me every time I play this game. Why couldn't there be like some shitty loot in there? That would be satisfying. Not just an open chest. There's this guy. He's actually kind of rude, but I want to talk to him a little bit. Yes. Then I can learn his gesture. Gestures are basically the only way of communicating with random people on the internet. Which you can change by going into this menu of things. Let's remove the point up to the shrug that we just got from him. It's amazing. I don't know. So yeah, and there's also an achievement or trophy, depending on where you play this, for collecting all of them, all the gestures. But they're not hard to find. They're semi-hard to find. You will probably have to play through the entire game once and maybe once more to get all of them. Basically because they're hidden in different characters and storylines and whatnot. Here we go. Back is gestured. That's what we just did, so no need in doing that again. What most people did when they started playing out this game, sorry, is go over here and down to the graveyard. Now, this is not advisable because, as you can see down there on the road, there's a bunch of skeleton pieces, which should basically tell you, oh, this is a dangerous place. In fact, the skeleton pieces themselves are dangerous. They will spawn some pretty tough enemies. Let's bait some of them. If you have seen how the people, the minions are from the rest of the game, you will see how much harder these are. They dish out a ton of damage. They do poison, I believe, and they're also very quick, so you can't really outrun them, as I am trying to do here. And yes, they do jump after you. So the entire area is full of those, and you're also going to enter some areas that are very hard to fight through. See, are they coming? There we go. That guy will not help you, the guy by the bonfire, by the way. He is only gonna fight if you piss him off, basically. You can attack him. You can attack anyone in this game, but it's gonna cost you. That guy is tough. Tough as nails. You can see that we deal basically no damage to this guy, even when we dish out all our stamina. They have, in the beginning of the game, they have an equivalent of the same toughness as the Asylum Demon that we just fought. We're gonna take one on. Basically, the clue of the game is do things slow. Patience is key. As you can see, you should never attack into a shield like I just did. Now he's getting up to a parry, which means he's preparing his weapon, and if I hit him then, he will block my attack and also dish out a ton of damage to me, which is a world of hurt. It's also important to stay in movement in this game. Just stay moving all the time as he's circling around. These aren't too difficult, but I mean, they're not too difficult on their own, but in a group they could be absolutely devastating. Charmer, yes. Those are notes that other people put out. You can put out notes yourself if you get the right item. This guy wrote Charmer. Let's continue on our quest to ring the 2 bells of awakening. Now the first one is relatively easy to reach. You just have to kill. There's 2 more bosses before you can ring the first bell of awakening. The second one is a bit tougher. I'm actually not sure how to get there, so we're gonna have to see how long I will take to get there. I played the beginning of this game a lot because I always get stuck at this one point, the Gaping Dragon. He is I'm saying relatively a lot. He is probably one of the easiest bosses, but I am a retard, so I just can't figure out how to deal with him. Alright, so there's one guy up the stair. He's coming down. You should always try to avoid fighting several people at once. If you can, of course. Sometimes that's unavoidable. There we go. And let's get the item down there by fighting the knight. The reason I didn't want to fight the knight in the beginning is because of that guy throwing firebombs. I would rather not have it firebombs raining down all around me while I'm fighting. You should try to get all the advantages you can in every battle. I'm here to try to help you find some advantages or some ideas of how to get through this game without tearing your hair out. I should always advise you to start as a knight. It is the easiest way because he has pretty good equipment in the beginning. You can continue pretty far with the equipment you start with. yeah, his set of skills is pretty good. Now I do advise you to do Dark Souls your way. I'm just saying that the 90 is kind of an easy mode um, to try to figure out whether or not you like the game. And it's not like you're forced to play a certain way, since you can level up your character in any way you want. So you can see here, these stats that I have under the name Richard and Way of White is basically what I start out with as a knight. I can start out with basically anything, depending on what class I use, but I can develop my character as I level up into whatever the hell I want. Okay, there we go. Oh, hate that. I hate that so much. Let's dispose of this first guy before fighting the second one. Alright, is there an item in here? I don't remember. Yeah, rolling into things is always a good solution when looking for stuff. Pardon me. Let's go in here then. Good luck. Good luck. Well, it's kind of baiting. It's not really anything scary up here, as you can see. Dragon will fly away. So don't worry about fighting him this early on. As you can see, I'm trying to bait people down the stairs, so I won't have to fight them under the crossbow fire. Also, let go of your shield. Don't hold up your block. When you hold up your block, your stamina will regain way slower. It will regen, I mean, sorry. So it is advisable to basically let go of your shield a couple times while you're fighting. Back up a little bit. Do a hit, back up, let your stamina regrow. Especially in boss battles, it's very important to notice how much stamina you're using. Okay, so as you maybe have noticed, I have gained 5 extra Estus flasks. Now I have 10 of those in my inventory here, as you can see. The reason for that is because I've visited my main bonfire, in a way. The bonfire, which you sit down on. The one at Firelink Shrine, whenever you sit down there, you will get 10 instead of 5. For as long as that is your main. So if I were to lose a couple and sit down here, I will still only have 9 or 8 until I go back to Firelink Shrine. And since I don't want to go through that entire area again, I would rather keep my Estus, my potions. Now, I haven't lost too much health, so I'm gonna keep going, so I don't have to fight through all of these people again. I will see though, because I'm first going to, before advancing in the game, I will go back a little bit here and try to bait one of these shield guys. I don't want to fight both of them at once, because under here, under where they're standing, there is a little guy that I'd like you guys to meet. That might be useful for your playthrough and my playthrough. So these guys will rarely attack you, and since I kind of don't want to back up, or no, I don't want him to back up so far that his friend will join. You know what? Fuck it, whatever. Basically hit him once, and then he will start hitting you, and then that's your opening to kill him. Because he will attack you eventually, especially if you stand with your guard open like that. But it might take some time, and if you're not experienced and fast enough on the trigger, you might get stabbed and lose some HP. And maintaining your HP for as long as possible is important in Dark Souls. Alright, so here's a guy with an axe behind here. Hello there, good friend. Before advancing to the next area and the second boss in the game, let's take a small detour around and check stuff out, basically. Because we didn't sit down at the bonfire and regain our HP, none of the enemies will have respawned. That means we don't have to go through the entire area again, where we to backtrack a little bit. That's also helpful for searching for items. But of course, if you want to grind some items and souls, then go ahead. It all depends on the way you want to play it. Alright, 2 of these guys left. These guys don't have a lot of HP, but when they're attacking in groups, they could be pretty devastating to your stamina when you block. So I would advise you to bait out 1 or 2 of them at the same time. Now we can go up here, which will lead us to an item, which is nice. And also we can jump down there, which we were unable to in the beginning. I didn't actually stop up and see that. Oof. Falling down would be hard. Well, we were down there earlier, as you can see. Now let's go in here, see what goodies lie in store for us. There is an item up here. And also, should be a way to get down there, if I am not mistaken. Let's see. Is there actually a way from here? I think it is. I remember I was thinking about this for way too long. Let's jump down here. I see that there's been some items I've been missing. But do this. Okay. It's kind of high time already for me to use an Estus, since I'm now going to face some enemies. But be sure not to spend too much, because we only have those 5 additional Estus for a short time. So saving them is important. Let's see. Be wary of enemy. What this basically is a stupid ambush. You can see them hanging here. If you just walk in there, they're kind of hard to spot, I suppose. You can smack them down, killing them. That should be the end of that. And the thing is, the only item you get here is rubbish. Literally rubbish. So, not too worth it, in my opinion. But, what can you do, right? Okay, so we've gotten up here. And for some reason, there's a guy spawning there now. I never figured out why, or where he came from. But the humanity is important for playing with people and getting help with difficult bosses. Alright, so we did see an item down there. So let's go down and get that. Do you think this was the way, if I'm not mistaken? Was it up here? Yeah, there we go. Soul of a Lost Undead. The reason why I'm complete blackface right now is because when you are not human, when you're kind of in the zombie mode, you will not be able to use online in any way. You won't be invaded by other players. Other players can invade you and fuck up your game, basically. That's the PvP of Dark Souls. So that's a good thing in a way. However, when you're not human, you cannot get help from people either, which is a downside. Dark Souls is so much better with people, especially friends. Um, and also your skin will turn complete, like, ashy black. Looks like you've been burned on a fire, basically. Right, so that was this area. I ran through it, so I didn't actually meet the guy I wanted to introduce you to. So let's go down and say hello to him. And here he is. You can fight him for a katana, which is stupid, but he's a nice guy. So unless you're wanting to get the katana and use that, you know, then I suggest you not attacking him. Okay, cancel that, sorry. Let's buy some standard arrows. Not that many, thank you very much. Let's buy 100 standard arrows. And a bow. Perfect. We don't need a residence key because the starting item we picked was master key. That is why I chose master key in the beginning. Because the master key might open up doors for areas, special areas. So you don't have to collect all the keys around or buy them, which is useful. And the bottomless box is a pretty neat item. You used to be able to put your stuff in here and leave your character, and then in another character you can get the things out of the box. That was a glitch though. But the bottomless box is a way for you to basically put all the stuff you don't need. So we can put the rubbish in there, for example, and the broken sword. Because we do not need that. Alright, now we've cleared out this area and talked to the merchant and gotten the bow. Then I think we could easily advance. Oof, let's just see. I'm gonna reposition myself in my chair. Okay, so now we're ready to head on to our next challenge. Running over this bridge. Because there's people throwing firebombs at it. Let's stand in this corner and bait out one at a time, like normal. If you enter the room, there will be 3 people, not 2. Okay, there we go. Now there's 2. Because there was a knight we just entered. Perfect. Now it's only down to mano a mano. Perfect. This is the Dark Souls way of saying, hey, by the way, you have to progress in the game to get here. What it is a shortcut to one of the areas later in the game, so don't worry about not getting in there and getting some sweet items. Okay, so here's a chest with some useful stuff, some firebombs, so you can throw back at them, basically. Not that you want to right now. Dark Souls is a game where you have to know some stuff, and the first time you play through it is like, why? But the second and third time, it's not that bad, actually. Alright. So we want to fight these guys head on, actually, because that guy throws firebombs and he will stand there throwing the firebombs down the stair for an eternity. Okay, well, let's remove the fireball cracker first. That was a mission failure, if I've ever seen one. There we go. He is dead. Defeated was the monster. Alright, so this is one of the most irritating areas of the game. There's 3 of them. They all throw firebombs. Let's see if we can do it. Not today, Satan. Okay. It's down to 1. How far did he fall? Okay, he died. Uh, yeah, just looking down there, I think that's a place you get to fairly early, actually. Well, whatever. It's all fun and games. Okay, let's use another Estus. We're getting kind of low. Okay, now we can use the master key or the residence key if you didn't pick that one and you bought the master key, no, the residence key, to get in here and get a very useful item, the gold pine resin. What you can do with that is enchant your weapon. Most weapons can do that, and all the starting weapons can do that, to give your weapon lightning attribute. And what lightning attribute is useful for is, well, you will see. You will see. It makes your weapon way stronger against the next boss. The next boss is weak to lightning. So it's kind of a type advantage in a way. Okay, so this guy will use literally an eternity. Let's not progress down further down the stairs. Oh, damn. Yeah, he will also chug a little bit, chug potions. So be aware of not spending too much time on him. He will just heal back up. Now these bottles of piss, as me and my friend call them, are very good. And you can also upgrade how strong they are, how much HP they fill, and also how many you have. So you can have more than those 5, plus the 5 that you get from the initial bonfire. You can get way more than that. Okay, let's kill the sword guy. There we go. Next enemy. Sweet. Alright. Now there's up or down. I'll just show you what's down here. Down here is one of those knights that I said was really badass. He has a truck ton of damage. You can actually beat him. It's not that hard. It's a game of patience, and I'm not a very patient person. Behind him is a decent ring. I don't remember what it does, but I remember it was decent. We're not going to go down there though. It's not really anything else than the ring and whatever you get from him. We're going up here, and as you can see, there's a guy and a barrel. Might seem silly, but that guy is a motherfucker. So let's see. By hitting it, he will light it on fire and push it downwards, and that is easily stun locking you, taking a truck ton of damage, and he will run down and finish you off. So that is an easy way to get killed. So let's not do that, basically. Okay, so now it's basically a stair up and door that leads to stair down. And I use the master keys to open stair down. This is actually an area we're reaching later, and down here is a very hard to kill enemy, which we're not going to approach. We will meet him eventually. He's called Havel the Rock, and he is an absolute beast. I don't remember whether or not you can get his stuff, his armor and hammer in this game, but you definitely can in Dark Souls 3. Because I have it there basically. Okay, so there's this crystal being down in one of these. What basically happens is if you kill it fast enough, you will get some sick reward, basically stuff to upgrade your weapons, which is useful in the long and short term. But if you fail to kill him within a certain time, he will basically get away, and you will have to get back to this area again after sitting down on the bonfire. Okay, so this is the boss room. The boss hasn't appeared yet, actually. He will appear from the other tower when you've reached so far on the bridge, which won't take too much time, but we will open up a small area up here. Now, there's two easy ways to fight the next boss. Basically, he will have a lot of bull rushes, So it's easy to fight him up on this plateau. Um, or you can use the lightning strategy that we're going with. This plateau is, gives you a little bit more space to move on, which this bridge won't. So that is a good way to defeat him if you're if you fail to kill him with the lightning stuff. Now we remove that. Now there's only the gold and the Estus, the piss, in our inventory. Let's just get down here. Now he will jump down from there, and we'll fight him and kill him. I'm going to use another one because we'll soon reach an area where I don't really need them anymore. And then everything is fine, basically. Tears, says the message. Here we go. This is my favorite boss, basically because I was struggling so hard with him, and I really like it when a boss is difficult. Now always try to move between his legs, and as you can see, the electric sword does a truck ton of damage. It will wear off eventually, so don't chill too much when you're using this strategy. Keep hugging his crotch. And one more smack. And defeated is the monster. Now we have 2 bosses down. Truck ton more to go. Right, so I know there's an item under here, as you can see by the sparkling light. Okay, so down here is the way down to Keelag, which is most beautiful lady in the game. I'm kidding. Anyways, here we have him, our son bro. He is one of the most beloved characters in the game. And he will give you the option to play with your friends, basically. The white sign soapstone. What you do is you write your name down, and someone else can see it, as long as they're human, of course. And then they can summon you. You can still be summoned, even when you're not human. And if you defeat the boss together with whoever you're helping, then you will gain a humanity. So you can basically, if you're stuck and you need help and you don't have any humanities left in your inventory. Okay, this might seem very weird for you, but you will see why I need to run fast on this bridge in a jiffy. Let's try to outmaneuver this guy. Come on. Yes. Perfect. Basically, the dragon we saw flies down there, swoops down, and tries to kill us. Now, we kick this ladder. Very important that you kick this ladder. Then we can just slide on down here. And we're back here. With a shortcut up there. Let's get our equipment and gear up on again. Okay, so let's check out what we need to level up to use the bow. Press X on it. And we can see down by the param bonuses how much it gains. It will be stronger if you use if you have high dexterity. On the side of it, on the left side, it will say what you need to use it. So we need 7 strength and 12 dexterity. We have 11 dexterity, so all we need to do is level up once in dexterity. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we are level 6. We'll also access the bottomless box. Put some useless stuff in there. The straight sword hilt. Did I put something in? I put the light crossbow in. Okay, doesn't matter. I don't really use crossbows. Let's find that rubbish. And then that's gone. Perfect. Yeah, we're pretty well off. Let's reverse the hollowing just to have some fun with that. I'm probably gonna get invaded, which will suck because I'm not a very good Dark Souls player. But at least we won't look like a fucking retard anymore. Perfect. Just climb up. So now we can summon help, and we can also be invaded, which is not a very good thing. Okay, so now we can equip our short bow. Get those arrows ready. Now you can see the tail of the dragon. We're basically underneath. And what you want to do... Holy shit, that drag... Is that just me? The tail is really laggy. Okay, so basically what you need to do is hit that tail a couple times. And by a couple, I mean a lot. You will see why. This is not just a stupid thing. I wonder who came up with this idea. Like, who designed this and who found it. Because Dark Souls, the creators of Dark Souls have been very secretive about stuff in their games. If we don't find it, then it's technically not there in the game meta. This is a very good way for beginners to, one, practice their aim, and two, it will also give you a very good item. Dark Souls is very weird in the way that you have to chop off some tails. A lot of bosses that has tails, if you direct your damage against the tail, you will get some cool stuff. You will be awarded. For example, when you hit this guy's tail enough, it will award you with a special weapon. And also the next boss that we're fighting, if you chop off one of their tails, then there will be a very cool item for you to have. And also you need that if you're gonna achievement hunt this game, or trophy hunt this game, depending on what you're playing on. Also, if you're playing Dark Souls on PC, you should definitely buy a controller. When you buy a controller, you usually get a USB with a small, like a bungle, I think they're called, and it's very useful. Dark Souls is not easy to play on the keyboard, believe me. It is not the way it's meant to be played. Okay, we've gotten 19 arrows in. Make that 20 now, because I missed one. I bought 100. I don't remember how many arrows it is, but we'll see eventually. Man, this must be pissing that dragon off. Basically, I want to do this before progressing, because if I want to unlock the next bonfire, I need to do something that usually... Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's unequip that. Let's take the Drake Sword. Now, unequip your bow. The game also relies on a lot of weight. So if you carry a lot of stuff with you, for example, your bow and stuff, and having a full knight armor and stuff, you will weigh more, and that might fuck up your game. Right now I have a heavy roll, which is pretty bad, really. But later we can probably get some more endurance, I think it is. I think endurance is the stat you need to carry more stuff in this game. is different. In Dark Souls 3 is Vitality, and I always have a Vitality build because I like carrying the biggest weapons. Okay, so this is dangerous. This is actually very dangerous. I shouldn't be doing this. Oh, that's right. I unequipped the bow. Let's bait this guy over here. Jesus. There we go. Perfect. Oh. Bye-bye. Wow, that was a way tougher battle than I thought it would be. I already wasted my extra Estus, so let's not waste any more. The only way to progress from here is oh, this is a summoning sign, so someone called Zenpoku wants to join, and he looks like this. So he seems to be some kind of healer, I think, cleric. He would be useful, but right now we don't need him for the next area and the next boss and stuff. We can do this solo. The next part is basically tiny game of chance. Okay, so we want to bait that dragon down here. So we would need our... oh, not the scimitar. Hopefully he'll jump down. Okay, he did. Oh, this was a bad idea. And there goes our life points, boys. This will happen a lot, by the way. Okay, so now we're not human anymore, because we died. Okay, let's get up on this ladder. That will remove a lot of the irritating knights. But never all of them. That is very interesting. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Let's try not dying of this dragon. Okay, let's just get in here. Okay, so you just sit down, all your problems will go away. Including the dragon. He might come back to just fuck us up a little bit, but basically we're pretty safe now. Pull this up. Okay, so we could have gone around this and avoided opening this path up, but I like opening up paths for later. Because if we were to go down under the bridge, we will come into a tunnel with some rats. I can basically backtrack to show you a little bit. Okay, let's first kill this guy. There we go. Okay, so basically up there. You don't want to go there. There's another one of those big knights. Okay, so if we drop down here, there's this room with a bunch of rats. They have a lot of poison, so beware of that. That might be enough to kill you. So you can see my lives are going down rapidly now. Okay, so let's just chug a bottle of Estus. Basically, that is under the bridge. That is the spear guy we fought earlier. Let me go in here. Fight these guys. Over here. Climb up the ladder. And then we will basically meet this giant grate. But we opened this because we took the dragon route. It is a little bit more difficult. But, hey, that's... why are you playing this game if it's not supposed to be difficult? Okay, let's check the Drake sword. We need 16 strength. We have 11. So let's level up that a little bit with the souls we've gathered up. Perfect. Perfect. I think this is going to be a good run for our character. Get that Drake sword equipped. This is a very powerful sword. Okay, so let's even the odds a little bit. Damn. That didn't go as planned. That's fine. As you can see, now we remove their health bar in a mere hit. Okay, so I just picked up the claymore, which is one of my friend's favorite weapon. Let's show that baby off. There's a big sword. Basically, we're gonna need a weapon for the Gaping Dragon, because the Gaping Dragon also has weakness to lightning. However, we cannot enchant, this Drake sword with anything, because it's like a special weapon or whatever. So it is a no enchanto. Okay, fight me, little dude. Got that guy down. That is a big pig. You do not want to fight that guy with all those people around. You can see the two crossbowmen, the guy in the back, and those two guys. There's also several other people to our left here. Our right, I mean. Just let's ignore this guy. Basically, we want to avoid fighting the pig. Avoid that guy. They're very slow, so you can do this easily, fairly easily. Okay, and then remove these crossbowmen, and then you can fight one-on-one on the bridge. We had a Dark Souls competition at my school, hosted by me and some other people. And basically the premise was get as far as possible without dying. And I died here, actually, right here. Because I forgot to equip myself, level up correctly. So I didn't equip the Drake's sword, because my stats were wrong. And then I went up here, and then I was like, oh shit. I knew I forgot something. Okay, so the pig is body blocking someone, actually. That's strange. Let's shoot the pig in the ass if we can. That will, as you can see, 5 damage to the head and 17 damage to the ass. So let's keep hitting that. This bow is proving very useful. I suggest everyone to carry at least a bow in your inventory for whatever reason you need. That guy will run up to us, so let's just try to do as much damage as possible. This pig is a one-time kill, so he won't respawn. He's a toughie. You don't have to kill him either, actually. He's not a boss, technically. Neither is the dragon. Luckily, because the dragon is gone now, he won't appear again. To my knowledge. and defeated is the monster. We will also get an item from this. An item I would like, at least. Fangboar helm. Okay, let's show this baby off. Okay, did you guys hear that bell sound? That is another player who has reached the Bell of Awakening and is ringing it. So he's up there in that tower right now. We can't go in through, however, because of this guy. He was too fast for me. He closed the gate, so we have to take another route. The underground route. No worries though. We have the Drake Sword. We're pretty well off. In this area, picking them off one by one is definitely the strategy to go. These guys are a pain to fight in numbers. That's probably why they put them there. A lot of the game design is revolved around having to fight a bunch of people at the same time, and it being difficult. But as soon as you know how to bait out a couple people one by one, that makes the game way easier, and basically prevents you from getting stuck. Okay, mystery key. I don't think we need that, if I remember correctly, because I have the master key. But getting all the items is still fun, in my opinion. Two birds, one stone. Okay, so let's balance and get this item as well. Dark Souls does this to you sometimes. You have to balance and kind of figure out where to go to get certain stuff. There is a boss that it's so difficult to meet because you have to backtrack to a place through a very unconventional way, and then get an item, and then kind of go back to another area and use the item at a specific place. Is weird, but I like it. Okay, so let's go up here. Now we're kind of looking down here, a little bit taller up. Okay, so we got our way up and this way. Now these guys have something called parry. When they raise their swords in a specific way, kind of it's kind of a challenging way, I suppose I could call it, you should never attack them. They will parry you. They can also do a truck ton of damage if they get the chance to. But they're not too hard to fight with the Drake Sword, so let's not worry about that yet. You can't really upgrade the Drake Sword either, so it's going to be the strength it is now. So as we level up and the enemies level up, the Drake Sword will become less and less useful. So that's why we also picked up the Claymore, so we can use that as our main weapon when this item won't do anymore. Okay. Now it's going to be just listening for footsteps. There's going to be two people, so let's just bait one of them into the tunnel. Hopefully. Okay, I'm gonna kill this guy off first. Basically, you don't want to fight people at the same time, if you can avoid it. That's why I'm trying to try to avoid it as much as possible. Okay, so we could either get in front of the church or at the back. Let's go to the back first. Here we got some people we have to fight. There we go. Let's go over here. Now this is basically where you're going to progress. It leads to two different locations, none of which you're going to progress right now or after the next boss. But it also has this one NPC you probably can hear right now. Just light up the bonfire, not sit on it. This guy is basically the only person for a very long time that can upgrade your stuff. So if you don't have the Drake sword, or if you want to use an electric type weapon later, or an enchanted weapon anyways, this is the only guy who can help you level those up. And as you can see, we need some Titan shards and stuff, which we don't have. Luckily, he sells some of it. Let's buy 5 of them. And reinforce our claymore. Claymore +1. Now we need some souls. Okay, perfect. Down there is actually a boss. A tough boss actually. So I remember I struggled a lot with that guy. Let's go over here. This is the entrance to Sen's Fortress, which is a later area. Basically, this game is, there's a final boss, and before him there's 4 main bosses. And in Sen's Fortress, there's one of the main bosses. Not gonna say any names or anything. Basically, you meet this guy, which is fun to talk to. Now you will repeat his dialogue. Basically, he's too fat to get in, and so are we. But it's funny because his armor is plump and looks like an onion, so a lot of people call him the Onion Knight. Siegmeyer of Katarina. Okay, so we're not gonna rest at the bonfire. We might as well go up and back to the church. We're not human right now. Alright, so inside the church is a guy that is not a lot of fun to meet if you don't have this weapon. He is a toughie, and he's rather quick for his size. Very quick for his size, I would say. But he doesn't prove that much of a challenge as soon as you use those basic steps that I've already told you. Basically, hug his ass, smack him a couple times, and take your time. Perfect. And he also drops some Titan shards, which is useful for our upgrading weapons. Okay, in front of the place, there's 2 people with rapiers. The slightly tougher ones, we would not want to fight those. Here, it's basically we get a firekeeper soul, which means there used to be a bonfire here. That she is always women who are the firekeepers. She was keeping the flame, tending to it, making sure that travelers could use this place But now that the place has been filled with monsters, she was killed or died of old age. I'm not really sure what the lore is behind her. Anyways, it's a sad sight to see. I got a little bit sad the first time I saw it. Okay, back to the fun stuff. That guy is a non-respawnable. We can kill him before we actually go for our run. And we should always bait out a couple of his shots. And then shoot a little bit. He's in an area with lots of those small people who do a lot of damage. No, those people who you don't want to meet in groups. He is literally... That is someone else finishing this area. It's good to hear that this game isn't abandoned. Okay, halfway there. Oh. You do not want to get hit by one of those. Oh, whoops. These bows aren't the easiest to aim. You have to aim a little bit to the left. Oh, whoops. Was I too hasty? Yeah. As you can see, they deal a lot of damage. Okay, he seems done. Yes, perfect. Alright, so we killed that guy. I think there's an item up there now. I kinda wanna go and check. As you can see, the guys with the rapiers are looking at me, which I don't like. But let's ignore them for now. Also, now that we're here, we can press this button. And this lever will go downwards. Lever, what am I talking about? This elevator. And it will take us back to a familiar place. Hopefully you will notice it. To Firling Shrine. Then we can backtrack a little bit here. And here's Thorland. And here is the shrine. So we're gonna sit down there in just a second. Let's first drink in Estus. I wanna make sure, because if we sit down, the item, I think the item will disappear. If that guy we just killed dropped an item. So basically this is a shortcut, and now that we go take this one up again, the other one will go down, making it so that we can travel back and forth from this location to Firling Shrine. Which is neat. Okay, I'm stopping sometimes just to hear if I can hear any footsteps. Alright. In that run we had at my school, that is the stance, by the way. If I attack him now, he will parry me and hit me for a fuck ton. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna stay open a little bit, so he might get tempted to attack me. Oh, a lot of people doing this first area today. Can't say I'm mad about it. Okay, he's dead. So this is where things might get a little bit difficult because of the sheer amount of people in here. Okay, so let's keep our head cool and slowly try to bait someone. Come on, kitty, 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 kitty. There we go. Here they come. Oh shit. Not today, Satan. Okay, let's drink that last Estus. Holy crap, that was close. Okay, so there wasn't any items. What is that sound? It sounds like someone's following me. Let's just clear this area out so we can just go straight to the boss when we take the actual run. Okay, we used the mystery key. Okay, so this guy is actually not such a good guy. You will see what I mean later. Okay. Let's free this guy. I think he has an item for me. There we go. Humanity. We need some humanity to stay human. Right. So, it seems we've cleared this area out for stuff. I'm just checking out all the rooms now. Make sure. Got a large soul of a nameless soldier. Soldier boy. Okay, so up here, this place takes us up to the boss. So let's not go there yet. We're all out of Estus, and we want to be human when we do this. So let's go down here. We're not yet done with our preparations. Holy shit, that was the wrong way. Let's go out here and up here again. Let's check out the front of this place. This place shouldn't be that difficult either. You notice where this guy was? He basically locked us out. Basement key, that's cool. So yeah, that's this area. Oh wow, someone got really stuck there on the other side there. Can you see him? Now we can pull this lever. Whoops. And we've opened up this shortcut. Oh, poor guy. Let's shoot him down, right? Oh. Mate. Oh, oops. Wow, he's really stuck good in there. Okay, we got a halberd. That's all the items. There's also a chest in there, I think. So let's bait out one of these guys. I think there's 3 of them altogether. Yeah, there's 3. Okay. Gotta be a little bit careful with our health since we only have our HP bar left. Well, fight me, boy. Fight me, bruh. 1v1 me. There we go. There we go. Now we got his souls. Where's that chest I was thinking about? Was there a chest? Was I wrong? Alright, alright. Maybe there was no chest. Let's check out. No. Okay. I see. You learn something new every day. There was no chest, really? Huh. I'm shocked. Shocked, bruh. Okay. I think we've done everything we want to do now. Now that we got some souls, we can go back to Andre. Andre of Astora. Alright. And upgrade our sword a little bit. We only died once so far. Okay, so if you would like, just go in the comments and write how many times you think I'm gonna die before I finish this game. Let me repeat that I basically have no skills in this game. I only know the beginning very well. That's why I'm able to get through this so easily. Oh, another one who finished this area. Claymore is Claymore +4 now, which is nice. That means it's way stronger than it used to be. Now we want to... Oh, whoops, wrong exit. Remember I forgot that there was this there, so I thought there was only this exit and downwards, which leads to this forest. And also through this monster, so I was pretty fucked when I didn't understand that you could go up. Kept dying to that boss. When I finally did it, my friend was like, dude, just go upstairs again, go to the bonfire, can you see a stair? And I'm like, yes, I see it. Okay, so let's go down here again, because since we sit down at the Firelink bonfire, we will get back our 10 Estus, not just 5. Which is neat. It's also, while we're going downwards, use a humanity to become human once more. Oh, whoops, I actually didn't need that. Well, whatever. As you can see by the number up by my health bar and my stamina bar, that is how many humanities I have. And by killing a boss, you will get one for free. I already spent the one I got from the Asylum Demon. Now I added an extra, and that's because I forgot I had one from the Taurus Demon. Let's sit our asses down and level up a little bit. No. Should I level up a little bit? I think I'm gonna save that for now. Let's at least reverse the hollowing. So now we are human once more. Okay, so hopefully we won't get invaded. But hey, it's Dark Souls. I mean, PvP is fun. At least in Dark Souls 3. In Dark Souls 1 is more or less just people who have played it way too much who invade people. By my experience, so I always get wrecked if someone invades me. Okay, so back up we go. Oh, whoop. A lot of people are winning this challenge today. Oh, I think it's on the other side, actually. Yeah. Alright. We only have to kill this guy and the guys behind him. Okay, perfect. We're done with that guy. This part I do not like. I hate these guys. Always manage to overrun me. Okay. Slow and steady. Perfect. 3 in 1. Okay. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh. Oh. Don't kick. Don't kick. There we go. Okay. Kicking is basically pressing the weapon button and then moving. So I do that sometimes. You hear that walking? I really don't like that. So I kick a lot, randomly, without actually trying to. Okay, so let's head up here, towards the boss room. Need attacking, and here we go. This is the summoning sign of Knight Solaire. Our sun bro will help us out with this boss. Here we go. Praise the sun. And let's go. Let's get ready for some jolly cooperation. And our second cutscene of the game. The third, I mean. We did have the one with the bird. I really like this boss. This is like one of those anime where you see that one painted rock that looks different from the others, and everyone's like, oh, I wonder what rock someone's gonna break through this time. In this case, it's a gargoyle, and I wonder which rock is gonna come to life and try to hit me with a giant halberd. If we chop this guy's tail, we will get an awesome weapon, which is basically his tail as an axe. Which would be cool. Oh, gotta go for his tail a little bit. Try at least. As I said, I'm not a very good player, that's why I'm summoning Solaire to tank a little bit for me. Oh, whoops. Don't fall off now. Basically, yes. There's a second one who comes along. Oof. Lucky I was out of range for that one. Oh. This guy doesn't have a tail. Wow. Thanks, Solaire. That was easy. And he fades into oblivion, leaving me with a bunch of souls. Okay, let's check out what the stuff we got. We got the... Oh, we did get the gargoyle's halberd, which was the weapon he used. That's pretty cool. I don't think they drop 100% of the time, so that's cool that we got it. So I can show you guys. And the gargoyle helm. That's pretty neat. I like that cheeky smile our character got. Let's swap that. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the Fangbore helm. Beautiful, isn't it? Very heavy. You need like a bunch of strength to wear it. Let's see. No, never mind. Am I retarded? Yeah, a little bit. Okay, whatever. Let's go back to Night Helm. Now there's nothing between us and the... I'm just checking for extra loot if I've forgotten anything. The bell. Oh, whoops. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Don't fall now. Then we can finally ring the bell of awakening. Now the others can hear me ringing the bell, basically. That was it. I've only finished this game on PS3, so this will be my first time completing it on the PC. If I manage to complete it, of course, if I don't get stuck and keep dying for Gaping Dragon or something. And yeah, this guy will appear now. He's not an enemy. Yeah, so this guy is basically, you can get a gesture from him. You can purchase some items. You can basically report someone, and you can see who has been reported or whatever. I don't know. It's a pretty useless item. This guy is the most useless one. I'm gonna grab one homeward bone, which will basically take me back to wherever it was I came from. He also has Ring of Sacrifices, which is probably the only very good item he has, which will basically mean that if I die, I'll keep my souls, but the ring will break. And it also, you know, I have to wear it, which is bad because I only have 2 ring slots. Oh, 1 ring slot. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. 2 ring slots in this game. So yeah, now that we've rung the first bell of awakening, I think we did get an item, which is the Undead Asylum F2 East Key. No, wait, what? What am I talking about? The basement key. The one to the lower Undeadburg. And that is basically where we're going. We're going to Keylag. If I manage to beat the Gaping Dragon. Okay, so let's run through this area again. Now we are going actually outside, but let's run out here. Oh, I couldn't care less about these people. Come on, baby. Perfect. Now they will all spawn back to their places. Okay, so we kind of don't want to go over the entire bridge again, so let's backtrack through that bridge. No, bridge. Yeah, under the bridge, basically. To fight the rats with this sword this time. Hopefully won't get cancer this time. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Sorry, dude, there can only be one guy on the under bridge. That's gonna be me. Oh. Grab the item. He could ragdoll pretty hard down there, and then I would lose the item forever. Not that it's like an item I won't get back later. It's just a Titan charge, but you know, keeping them is nice. I would rather not lose one. Okay. Now we're here. Let's continue down into the depths of Underberg. Death? Question mark? Death? Okay, I think this is a good place to stop. So, yeah, thank you for watching if you've been together with me this far, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully next week. Whether or not this is a hit show or anything, or you know, this is the first episode, so whatever. Um, yeah. Leave a like if you liked it. Give me a comment if you didn't like it, or not. Your choice. Well, bye.